It's Rich again. Okay, listen, I wanted to show you really quickly because I've been having a lot of people asking about the content that's on the website. Now, again, because each one, like I was saying before, each lesson is tailor made for you as an individual. So, usually, what we do on our very first lesson is we'll get to know a little bit about you, some of the things that you're interested in. S- what are your goals, the things that you're wanting to do, what you're trying to achieve. That way we know how to help you. But if you're interested in knowing what type of things that we have on our website as far as like with content, because some people do like to do daily news or articles, and some people like song lyrics, some people have something specific for their job. There's so many different topics that we can discuss. But for those of you who are interested in having articles, we do have several places that we can go to. But I do want to show you one example article that is actually on our website, The Sky's the Limit Now English. So I will share my screen real quick and show you what how you would log in as a student, and we can go over the articles. Now, you're welcome to do these on your own or with a tutor, whichever one you want. Uh, excuse me, I'm sorry. So, what you would do is you would go to skiesthelimitnow.com. And once you go there, you'll have a login and a password that you'll use. So I'll show you here. So, for me, I'll put my login and password, which you'll have your own, and then you click login. Once you do that, it'll bring you to this page again to where the content is now not locked anymore. The content is now open because before it would say like restricted content. I'm sorry, you see how it says right here restricted content? That means I didn't log in correctly. So let me go ahead and try this again. The correct password. And we should be able to log in with no issues, hopefully. Oh, it's taking a second. Okay. It's taking me into the back end, which is not really what I wanted to show you, but here we go. Okay, so this is what you'll see here. So, with that being said, let's just take a look at one of the articles really quickly. Let's go to John Cena. John Cena has a new record under his belt, and it is not the ring. Okay, so what we do is we click on that, and then the article will pull up. So once the article pulls up, it shows that this is daily news. It also shows the level, whichever level. We have beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So this is like an intermediate one. Here we go through some of the vocabulary that you might find in the article that you might find kind of difficult. Um, so the tutor will go over the vocabulary words with you to make sure that you understand these things. Author, it shows right here, a person who writes a novel, a poem, an essay, etc. The composer of a literary work, as distinguished from a compiler, translator, editor, or copyist. So this is basically the definition of it, but then we also like to give you sentences of what an author is and then just basically explain it to you, in this most simplest form to say an author is just somebody who writes something, writes a book, writes a song, writes a story, those type of things, okay? And then we give you some practice sentences. The author of the book is going to sign all the copies. Now, I am going through this kind of quickly, but when you're one-on-one with a tutor, with me or with another tutor, we do take our time to really go through each one of these sentences with you to make sure that you understand it, make sure that you're pronouncing everything correctly, so on and so forth, okay? So the next one is foundation, and then if you just click the little arrow there, it has a drop down and explains it. The next one's celebrity, fulfilled, bully, and hangout. So again, we'll ask you, have you ever heard of these words? Do you know what they mean? Now, here we'll talk about this one here, bully. Bully is it is a word that is used very often here in the United States, unfortunately. But basically, what it means is that it's a person who picks on another person, which means they'll tease a person, they're causing harm to that person, they're being mean to that person. They're called a bully. So the actual definition says a person who habitually seeks to harm or intimidate those whom they perceive as vulnerable. So again, that's just somebody who's just being mean to someone else. It could be somebody at school, like a larger or older student picking on a younger student, being mean to them either because of the way that they look, the way that they dress, maybe they have some sort of a physical problem that they don't like. It could be anything. Sometimes it's really nothing. It's just somebody picking on another person, which is called a bully, where they're causing harm to that person. It could be through words, it could be through um, you know, physical things. It's just that's called a bully. And the last one is hang out. Now, here on our website, we do talk a lot about conversational English. We talk about phrases, we talk about idioms, we talk about slang, things that will help you to be able not only to understand English, but also to be able to talk to a native English person because again, we do talk with a lot of phrases, idioms, and slang. So we want it to be very natural for you that when you start to talk to an American speaker, that you'll understand what they're saying and you won't get lost. Um, we teach you things about how to listen to English speakers because, again, we do speak very quickly. We talk very fast, especially when we get excited about something. So these are things that we also teach you to learn how to recognize words and phrases and to understand and to be engaged in the conversation. Something that I've heard a lot of happening with a lot of students that I've talked to is that they start listening to an English speaker and they're having a conversation, and then the student is usually going, mm-hmm, 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 yeah, yeah, uh-huh, uh-huh, because they really don't understand what the English person is saying, but they don't want to make it sound like or seem like they don't understand what they're saying. So they do that. And then all of a sudden, the English person will throw a question in there. And then the person's like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then the English person's like, wait a minute, did you just hear what I said? So then they understand that, or they know now that you weren't really listening and you don't understand. So I don't want you to get caught in these type of awkward positions, or situations, I would say. So these are some of the things that we help with your conversation and listening skills and learning how to keep up with the conversation and not let phrases and things throw you. Okay. What that means, throw you, that means where you don't understand what they're talking about. Okay. So these are some of the things that we will also help you with. So now looking at this one with this phrase hang out just means like if someone says, hey, do you want to go hang out at the mall or do you want to hang out at my house? That just means you want to just spend some relaxing time with somebody. It's like a social gathering, but it's very laid back. It's very relaxed, very easy. Um, it's just hang out. That's just a phrase that we use a lot. So here's a sentence, a perfect sentence. It says, they're hanging out at the beach, which means they're just having a good time. They're just relaxing, sitting around, maybe playing, just having a good time. It's nothing work related, nothing stressful, just hanging out. Okay. So these are some of the things that you would learn on our website. And then here, as you see, there is an actual article where it's talking about John Cena. So I'll go ahead and I'll read this kind of quickly for you. So if you want to follow along, that'd be great. The article says actor, author, and 16-time world champion in World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, John Cena has set another record. This time it is a Guinness Book of World Records for the most wishes granted by any celebrity through the Make a Wish Foundation. Since 1981, the Make a Wish Foundation has been offering children from ages 2 to 18 with serious illnesses the chance to make a wish that the foundation will grant. It could be anything from getting a puppy, becoming a princess for a day, meeting a celebrity, and much more. Cena is the most requested celebrity for the Make a Wish Foundation. He has already fulfilled over 650 wishes for children who want to meet him. He recently told the Associated Press at the time, "I just drop everything. If I can offer a fantastic experience, I'll be first in line to do my part." Cena started his professional wrestling career in 1999 and has become one of the most popular athletes of all time. In 2002, Cena granted his first wish. He has also been the face of WWE's Be a Star campaign against bullies. When the wrestling champion meets a child, he will usually bring one of his championship belts. Children will hang out with Cena, take pictures, and sometimes enter the wrestling ring with him. Many celebrities have participated in the Make a Wish Foundation program, but none have ever granted as many wishes as John Cena. So you go through the article, and then we have some discussion questions. Open discussions are a wonderful way to get the students to start to talk and to express themselves and the things that they think about. And then it's also a really good time for us to be able to help them with their English and to make slight corrections and changes to help you speak as more natural. So basically, excuse me. So basically, this is what I wanted to show you today about how the lessons work. This is another way. Like I said, we have many different ways, but this is one of them. And I hope that you enjoy it. If you have any kind of questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to just leave them in the comments. And also, I would love it if you can visit our website. It's skiesthelimitnow.com. Thank you.